Hello, ladies. My name is Ramona, and I want to talk to you about dating. As you can see, the title of this video is called Dating God. And I want to just talk about my journey, the journey that the Lord took me on. So a couple of years ago, I was in what I guess what everybody would call the dating scene. I was constantly thinking about how I look, and I was shopping and, going out, hanging out, just really just to find, just to deal with people, to talk with people. Well, guys, it's like you want to, as a female, you just want to have that guy that you can not only just hang out with, that when you just feel like lonely and, you just want someone to hold you. So I was totally a part of that scene, and just, I guess what we'll say, what the old people would say, looking for love in all the wrong places, in a sense. And so I became so extra on one side, where it was, where I was talking about constantly doing things to try to make myself even look better, to the point where I wore myself out. And after wearing myself out, I flipped over to the other extreme. The other extreme is, you know what, I don't even care. I called it my re-virginizing myself. I love to just be at home. I was focusing on me. If anybody did try to talk to me, it was like, it's me right now. I'm really not trying to be in a relationship, to the point where I just shut down and was like, I don't have time. So I was constantly working out, constantly just trying to keep myself busy, to the point where I got to the point, well, you know what, I don't need no man, and I just, I can pay my bills, I can do this, I can do that. So I went from one extreme of, okay, hanging out, trying to be cute for the guys and all that good stuff, to, you know what, nope, it's all about me. Sometimes even to the point where I would just go to the gas station, throw some sweatpants and a t-shirt, and just be, going. It wasn't like, oh, I have to do something extra to make myself look, I guess, presentable to the world. So, anywho, going from one extreme to the other, during that time, I started to go through a process where the Lord really began to deal with me. And so, of course, as you're hearing me talking about the Lord, yes, I am a Christian, and very much in my word. And so, I'm not perfect, so please don't think that I'm just this perfect person. But the Lord began to take me on a journey. And if you are familiar with the Bible or read the Bible, there's a book in the Bible called Esther. And in the book of Esther, it talks about this, beautiful young girl who ends up being queen. And so as I began to read that, the Lord began to take me on this journey of dating him, and looking at the words as I was reading the Bible as myself going through this process. Because if you read the book of Esther, the first couple of chapters, it's a purification process she has to go through in order to come to, be into the presence of the king. But the Lord took me through this process. And as he was taking me through this process, it was this piece of, you do need to love yourself. First off, so the Lord's telling me, you need to love yourself. I have to have a relationship with him. And then I need to love myself. But loving myself is not just, oh, I'm going to go out and buy this outfit because I love myself and I deserve it. It's more so going deep within and being able to let go of past hurts, that past people, from relationships that may not have gone the way that I want them to, different things along that line. So he dealt a lot with the internal parts of me, the inside, letting go of a lot of stuff. And when I began to do that, it was a freeing part because I had to forgive people that hurt me, or even people that I have hurt. I had to ask for forgiveness. And so even on that journey, yes, it was tough. It was a little tough because I had to deal with emotions that I really didn't want to deal with. But after the fact, they were just so freeing. So also in letting go of the past, with old relationships, the Lord began to deal with me on how I present myself. Now, as I was presenting myself, it's more so when you go out, when you were on one end, it was like you always was trying to look good, do this, do that. And now you're into this point where it's just like, if I have on sweatpants and a t-shirt, I'm good. And so he wanted me to dress nice for him because I would be going before the king. And so I would get up and, wash my face, brush my teeth, clean all up. And when I would go places, no matter if it was just down the road to the gas station, I would make myself look presentable, as if I was going out on a date, because I was really dealing with everywhere I go, I represent that I am tied to the King of Kings. And so even when I would, just feel lonely, I would go for a walk. I would go to the movies. And yes, I know some of you may be looking at like, by yourself. Yes, I went by myself, physically by myself, but spiritually, yes, I had the Lord with me. But it was more so I had to enjoy the things that I really like to enjoy, to be able to enjoy them physically by myself, but yet know that I always have the Lord with me. And even for dinner time, I would light a candle, I would have my nice little music playing, and I would sit and I would eat as if I was sitting really with my husband. And so I began to read my word more, began to communicate more with the Lord. And then the more that I did that, the bolder I got, where I would just go for rides. And I really started to find even more of what were those things that I enjoy doing. So if I just laid on the couch, I knew that I enjoyed laying on the couch. I wasn't just laying on the couch because I was depressed. It was more, I'm laying on the couch because that's what I like to do. So in going through all of this, of learning what I like, what I don't like, how to carry myself, how to be able to walk, all of this I did, and I called it my part of my life where I dated God, because in everything, I gave thanks, and, just to be able to enjoy things and to be free. And that's really what it's all about, is being free within yourself. And just that, and also having that relationship with the Lord. For me, it was a journey that it changed my life, because not only was it helpful to me to look at myself in the light of where I know that I'm beautifully and wonderfully made, and I know that I'm a child of the Most High God. And, I began to walk with my head held even higher, because some people that may know me know that I already hold my head held high anyway. So they're like, really, her head, she held it higher. But it's just freeing. And it's a beautiful thing to be free. And so now I'm not saying that this is going to be everybody end result. But in this process, when the Lord began to take me through this journey of dating him, and doing all these things, not that long after the journey that he took me on, this process of being able to go through all these stages that I talked to you about, I did end up, I'm now married. And so I ended up at that part of my life where a young man came and found me, and we began to walk. And it was actually pretty interesting, because the very things that I did with the Lord, I began to do with this young man. And so walking and talking and going to the movies, but it was just freeing, because the communication, it was really there, of the sense of we just, constantly talking about different things. And so that's a whole nother video that I can get into, but the end result is now me and that lovely young man has been married for almost 2 years now. And it's still a journey. And even currently now, the Lord is taking me even back through the book of Esther to prepare me for another stage in my life. And I just want to encourage each and every one of you that are, to all my single ladies that are out there, a part of this dating scene, definitely be careful and be mindful, because when you are just out there and you're just seeking that comfort, and you're just wanting somebody to be there, and you're not at that point in your life where you have really let go of a lot of things, that a lot of hurt and unforgiveness. I like to call it the venom the venom that could be running in you that is activated if he don't call or do these different things. It's so important that that you deal with that, and if it's something that you're struggling with, to be able to go to, if you're in church, the leaders of your church, and there's different organizations where you can be a part of. That is a lot of organizations that cater to women and their development and different things like that. But to be able to get help, to have someone to talk to, if it's like different situations, definitely abusive. If you're in a relationship that's abusive, definitely get help. But ladies, make sure that you deal with the things that are going on the inside, because when you can deal with those things and you allow the Lord to come in and to take away those things that only He can take away, it's just freeing more to you. So when you are approached, you know if it is good for you or if it is not good for you. And so that you are not led by, oh, he's so cute, or, oh, I just want somebody, just to hold me at night. So where you're not driven by that emotion, but that you have, I'm not going to say you're going to get rid of that emotional piece, but however, it's going to be driven from a different is going to be driven by a different emotion. And so that's really all I have to say for now. And hopefully I'll be back to talk to you again about the next journey that the Lord is taking me on. Have a blessed day.